Hi, it's Amanda Hill. I'm your career transition coach, helping you transition from the job you do to the job you love. Now, we've been talking over the last few weeks about what you could do if you wanted to quit your job or change your career. And one of the things I suggested you do is brainstorm all the career options you could think of. Now, my question for you today is, was starting a business one of your career options? Because if it was, I want to talk to you about the different business types and their advantages and disadvantages. Now, this is not legal or accounting advice. This is just a very, very brief overview. And if you want to start a business and you're not too sure about what form it should take, I suggest you do seek, at the very least, accounting advice and perhaps even legal advice. So, the simplest form of business type is a sole trader. Now, I'm a sole trader. I work for myself. I haven't formed any sort of company yet. I'm just listed as a sole trader. That is very, very easy to do. You just get online and you go to the Australian Business Register and you get an Australian business number, and you basically put down your address and the type of industry you're in, and that you're a sole trader, and that's it. It's as easy as that. In a couple of weeks, you'll get your ABN, and you can put that on all your invoices and emails and whatnot, and you can use it to get like business, internet business, like Apple Finance, like I talked about the other day. It's quite handy having an ABN. It doesn't actually affect your taxes until you start earning a certain amount, and then it's when you don't have to have an ABN to run a business, but it's kind of a bit more, I guess, professional to do so. But you do have to have an ABN once you start earning over a certain amount, and you need to talk to your accountant about that. So that's a sole trader. You work for yourself. If the business goes under, you are 100% liable for the costs of paying back debts or anything like that. The second business type is a partnership. So if you want to work with someone, say a spouse or something like that, you form a partnership. And in that type of business structure, as partners, you are both equally liable if the business goes under. So if one partner does something wrong, and takes all the money and runs away, then the other partner is 50% liable for that. Even though so that's a partnership. So it's two people working together equally. Or you can have many more than two in a partnership. There can be, I can't remember what the maximum number is, but you can certainly have quite a number of people. Another type of business is a limited liability company. With a limited liability company, you as the business owner are only limited up to a certain amount, but it's not really worth doing that sort of thing until you're earning reasonable amounts of money, because it's going to cost thousands of dollars to get it set up anyway, and you also have financial reporting obligations to ASIC. So that's another type of structure. Another type of course, the one at the top of the tree is the corporation, and that's for the big guys. So then I said limited liability company. I've been talking to Americans too long. A PTY, a limited proprietary limited company. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so, and the final structure, which is I think one of the more interesting ones, is a franchise. The good thing about the franchise is that you have a business in a box. Basically, they have the model. Everything's worked out for you. There's a big thick agreement that you have to sign, which basically tells you exactly how to do everything, where to do, where you can set up business and where you can't. Gives you all the methodology, tells you what equipment you need, tells you how to do everything. And McDonald's is a franchise. Wherever you go in the world, McDonald's is pretty much McDonald's because it's run the same everywhere. The Cheesecake Shop is another franchise. So KFC, I believe, is another franchise. So they're just the types of franchises. There's you don't have to have any business knowledge really to do it. You just basically, you know, follow their instructions and you do it. But the thing about franchises is they can have pretty high startup costs. You know, hundreds of thousands of dollars to sign to become a member of the franchise, because you actually buy the franchise, and you run it as they instruct. So there, and then of course there's your good old network marketing model, where you have, again, you've got a company behind you, you've got a system, usually a system of how to do things. You have training, you have support, but then, you know, if the business goes under, you have to bear the cost. It's like, you know, you can be a sole trader and be part of a network marketing company, and those include things like Tupperware, Avon, Arbonne. There's lots of new ones. Nerium is another one which has just entered Australia. Roden and Fields, all different types of networking companies. Then you've got another one which I've just learned about, which is called CPA, or click per action. That's when you sell something online on behalf of someone else. So you could be selling, I don't know. Yeah, you could sell something, whether it's a membership of a Foxtel, or it's probably not a good example, but you're selling something on behalf of someone else, and each time someone signs up or buys this thing, whatever it is that you're selling, you get a percentage. So it's a click per action, or cost per action. So that's another way, that's another type of business you can run. So yeah, that's just a little really quick look at the different types of business models you can have if you want to start your own business. So I hope you found that interesting and of value. And if you do want to start your own business, please go and see your accountant, or go, I think there's even a small business centre in Canberra somewhere. I remember going there many years ago. And they can give you startup advice. The tax office has also got some good stuff about, you know, what constitutes a business and the difference between a business and a hobby, and because you can switch between the two. And yeah, so I hope you found that useful. And there are some places you can go for more information. And until I speak to you next, have a great day and do what you love.